reason for that is because when the state or when the civil power establishes religion, the immediate result is what? Persecution. By the way, did God intervene to deliver those 3 young men? Yes, there was no hope to be delivered from the hands of the civil power who wanted to enforce this religious observance. There was no escape unless God directly intervened. And God, actually Jesus Christ, came into the furnace and He delivered the 3 young men who obeyed God rather than man. Now in Daniel chapter 6, we have another story that illustrates the second clause of the First Amendment to the Constitution. You see, we have the story of Daniel chapter 6. The second clause of the First Amendment says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, nor prohibiting the what? The free exercise thereof. In other words, the government cannot prohibit you from practicing your religion, and it cannot establish a religion and tell you that you have to follow that religion or you have to follow this practice in this certain way. Now, where in Daniel do we find an illustration of the free exercise part of the First Amendment to the Constitution? It's in the story that we find in Daniel chapter 6. Interesting that the first two clauses of the First Amendment to the Constitution are illustrated in the book of Daniel. You say, what story is that? You remember that King Darius, deceived by his advisors, gave a law or a decree that no one could pray to any god during a period of how long? During a period of 30 days, no one could pray to their God. Let me ask you, was Darius establishing religion? No. What was he doing? He was prohibiting the free exercise of religion. He was saying, you can't pray. He wasn't saying you have to pray this way. He said, no, you can't pray. He's, in other words, trying to eliminate the free exercise of religion. And you know what happened? Daniel, as usual, he was very obedient to the king's civil laws. He was greatly respectful of the king. He prayed for the king. He was loyal to him. But when it came to the civil power making this religious decree, violating the free exercise clause, so to speak, he opened the windows to his room, as he always did, 3 times a day. The Bible tells us that he was arrested and he was thrown into a den of lions. Let me ask you, what happens when the free exercise clause is violated? The immediate result is what? Persecution. That's what happened in the days of Jesus. That's what happened in the Middle Ages. That's what's going to happen at the end of time. This second land beast is going to make an image of the first beast, which means that because the first beast joined church and state, it used the sword of the state, it must mean that this second beast from the earth is also going to use what? Is going to use the sword of the state, because an image is a likeness. This beast that rises from the earth is going to be similar to the beast that dominated during the Middle Ages.